You were at Edinburgh in the weekend, weren't you?
I was, as a casual fan, hosting the Scottish Business Club.
The Scottish
I
Business.
was
It needs
there.
a better name than that. The Jim Hamilton.
Well, it was the
Scottish
Cameron House, but they've changed it. I don't know
Call
why.
it the Jim Hamilton Scottish
Maybe.
Club.
Maybe that's what we can do. Maybe
Jim
that's
Hamilton
what we'll do.
Scotland Club.
I'm going to be ballsy about what I do, and next time when we win the World Cup, and then I'm going to bring that in.
Half time. What were you
21-3 down. Right. I'm sitting
Against
in
the
the stands.
kids.
I'm sitting in the stand, right? And I'm sat next to the great Kenny Logan. What a legend he is, by the way.
top boy.
Yeah, top boy. And
Lives not far
Abdul
from me,
Benazir.
actually. Lives not far from me, actually,
Is
Kenny.
it? There you go. Yeah, out of a pad.
Yeah.
Saw some of the pictures. And also, I'm sat next to Kenny Logan, the great Kenny Logan, and Abdel Benazir.
Oh, my old teammate.
Yes, actually.
From the Saracens days.
Yeah, from
Hello.
Saracens.
He used to come and go, hello, Abdul, how are you?
Lovely bloke. So French
Great bloke.
legend, history in Rugby World Cup. So I'm sat there with them three, just three greats of the game, just watching it. So Scotland's team comes out, we fully loaded, Finn Russell as captain. The France team
Hey,
comes
what a
out.
turnaround with that.
Well, that's...
Gregor, fair play to him.
Yeah, Finn's had a kid, apparently serious now. He only goes out and has 4 or 5 beers. He doesn't do 45.
Still got his Louis Vuitton on.
He has Louis Vuitton. Who goes out in jogging bottoms? Finn Russell.
And because he can.
Yeah, they don't look like our normal, like, jobby catchers, as they call them, the grey ones with piss stains and coffee stains and ravioli stains. Like, they're like these, I don't know, like silky...
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton, whatever they are, Louis Vuitton. But Scotland team, very good.
Yeah.
Fully loaded. Like, that's probably as close to the team as we're going to get from a test match point of view. France's team gets announced and it's mixed, all right, be it with names in that squad. Yeah, so the French team was mixed. They had
Mixed?
Yeah, well, you say mixed. Bruce Dulin, how do you say?
Brice Dulin.
Yeah. Bruce Dulin.
Brice Dulin.
Bruce Dulin.
Brice Dulin.
We have Bruce Dulin.
Not
God,
Bruce.
goody.
Brice.
Right, we have Bruce Dulin at 15 for France. Yeah, Champions Cup winner as well, but there's some names that people would recognise. Mofana as well, who was very good. De Mortier on the wing. Leon Winger that everyone's talking about. Jalibert. Demba Bamba. Cameron Wookie, who's just come back from long-term injury.
Yeah.
Makalu as well. So, good players.
Yeah.
Paul Willemson on the bench. Baptiste Serin as well on the bench. So
Not many first choices there.
Okay, right. So not many
Let's be
first
honest.
choices. So I'm looking at thinking, and this is what I say before the game, we should be confident enough to say that we're going to beat France today. Not you ain't beating France comfortably, just ain't happening. Just how good they are at the minute. But from a Scotland perspective, to have the confidence to say, right, we've got France at home, we've got France away next week, then we've got Georgia, who we should beat. We put 50 points on them last time we played them at Murrayfield. But this is the one because France are going to go fully loaded next
And
week.
this is your best team. It literally is your best Scotland
Yeah, it's our
team.
best team. So we're going to get the first look of it. They're going to rest players next week, I imagine, and go fully loaded against Georgia or half loaded. WP now will literally be wrapped up in cotton wool. And then we've got South Africa. 21-3 at half time, but the snapshot was where I was.
What are you thinking?
Well, I genuinely don't think it reflected the game. Like France had scored a couple of good tries out in the wider channels, but again,
The shape on Scotland was...
that was it.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about, like, aesthetically, how does a team look? Scotland looked fucking fit. They look fit. They look strong. Finn looked great at 10. Duhan van der Merwe. Darcy Graham looked brilliant. Blair Kinghorn looked great. Sione Tuipulotu, huge up. I've just named the whole back line. I should have just said the back line.
21-3 down, though.
But 21-3 down, you're thinking, oh, goodness me. But this is a
Scot-
different team.
This is Scotland!
This is Scotland. I shouted down, Scotland! And they all looked up and...
You got in there at half-time, didn't you?
Then Xander lost his head and got red carded.
Was there an arousing speech from you at half-time?
Well,
An arousing
looked up.
one.
They looked up.
Did they?
Yeah, Finn looked up
He
and
got the
just
nod.
gave him the nod.
Yeah.
Gave him the nod and he knew that we need to be fucking better. They've come out half-time and you're thinking, gosh, they look better when they came out anyway.
They had the Iron Brew at half-time.
Well, Xander's had 3 bottles of it because then he's had a clear out. I didn't mention Bugger Eat as well. How good's he, by the way?
Yeah.
Did a clear out on Bugger Eat and madness.
Yeah.
Why has Bugger Eat not gone off for a HIA?
That's what I'm saying.
I know. Let's not get into that. And you're thinking, here we go. Batten down the hatches.
Second time he's done it as well. You think
know.
back to Scotland, Wales.
Yeah.
Will he miss some of the World Cup, do you think?
I think he'll miss the first game against South Africa. And this comes down to strength in depth because a couple of things from the game. Ben White, poor lad.
Bad.
Yeah. I don't know if it's bad. Didn't look great. He stayed on. And again, not being a doctor, but I'm good at diagnosis from
Pisshead
up top.
Dave. No, sorry,
Pisshead Dave, yeah.
PhD.
I'll speak to PhD. Dave, and see what it looks like it's his ankle. Syndesmosis, I don't know. By the way that he got hit, he got taken on a high shot.
I love the way. I don't know much about it, but syndesmosis.
It looked like a syndesmosis in his ankle. So
6 weeks.
Well, again, like we know, we've had syndesmosis issues. So you talk about collateral damage. This is the hard thing, isn't it? Because now we've lost Xander, and our Achilles heel. This is no disrespect to WP Nell or Javan Sebastian. This is me speaking frankly. Is at tight head. So we've got Xander Fagerson and WP now 63. And he was good. He was good when he came on, but he literally, I'd have him on the watt bike. Mate, you ain't going out onto a training pitch. Like you ain't. As in, we need to save you for South
Watt
Africa.
bike can hurt you though.
Yeah, but it can't injure you.
It can.
No,
it can't. I love a watt bike.
It can't. So the fact that we came back off the back
hell of a turnaround.
It was great, but
14 down to 14 men.
Down to 14 men, 21.
I'm thinking,
down.
Here we go, 50 points. Can't wait to see Jim on Monday.
Mate, we're good. We are good now. Like genuinely, we are.
Fitness.
We're a good team, and we looked fit.
Yeah.
We looked strong. Blake Kinghorn got man of the match. I mentioned Darcy Graham doing Van der Merwe. Ewan Ashman at hooker.
Going back to Blake Kinghorn, we talked about this. I've always said he's an unbelievable fullback.
We've always said it.
Yeah. And then they tried to shoehorn him into fly half because obviously Hoggy was playing there. He's now, one of Scotland's best attacking threats. And we talked about last week, Darcy Graham scores again. Like Poacher's try as well, gets outside his winger on the kick through from the crossfield kick from Finn. And by the finest of margins gets it. But world-class finisher. So Scotland, just worry about Tonga, boys.
Adam Hastings missed out on the squad.
He did, yeah. I saw him before the game. I think Ben Healy, for me, and you talk about like 2 or 3 10s, like Ben Healy in that first game, he's got a point of difference, which is, and Goody mentioned it last week, is the size of boot that he's got. So you think Finn will start, you've got Blair Kinghorn who can cover.
You need an out-and-out 10.
But you need an out-and-out 10 who's fit. Like Adam's had a lot of injury problems over the last couple of years, but also his size of boot. So you think, I don't know, something happens in a tight game, you've got a penalty on halfway. Ben Healy has the ability to kick to the corner and put it 5 metres out. Like his boot is enormous. Yeah. So he's got like a super skill. I'm not saying that Adam hasn't. Adam's a lesser. This is no.
He's like Finn.
He's like Finn. He's like a lesser version of Finn. Like still a very good player, but it just shows you the strength and depth that we got now.
But can you not take 3? Because obviously England have gone down the route of Farrell, Ford, and Smith, and he said, "I'm going to take 3." Right. So surely there's an argument for Hastings and Healy, and you look across all the games this weekend. Obviously, you didn't see any of the frontline 10 starting. Moanga was on the bench for New Zealand. You've got Finn. You did. Finn started. But then last week was Scotland's first game, and they started Ben Healy. Wales started Costello. Biggers on the bench. Farrell was in the stands. He was coaching on field before game. And then, Bigger was on the bench, came on. So they're all looking for these next players. You can name all the first choice 10s pretty much, can't you? But it's all about who's next. Ireland. Sexton's obviously banned. So Crowley plays. People are talking about Byrne. I think you've got to take 3.
But the thing is with that, Blair can play 10. So you've got 3 10s.
I don't rate him as a 10.
Well, I know, but if someone gets injured, they could call Adam Hastings up.
But this is the thing. So he's your first choice fullback.
Yeah.
And you've got to think workload over a World Cup. If he's your first choice fullback, which he is now, you don't want him playing against 10 against Romania because you rest him Finn.
No, because, that's what I mean. Like, you would play a Ben Healy, for example, but then you've got other players in the squad that are really good, like Carl Steyn, who isn't going to start ahead of Darcy Graham or
Carl Steyn,
but he can cover centre as well. Yeah. And then you've got Cameron Redpath, who came on and got the turnover at the weekend.
I just want Hastings to go because I like him. He's a good player.
Yeah, I do as well.
Teeth.
But this is what I mean. This is where in some positions now, we are really strong. But just in a snapshot of the game, France looked fucked in that second half. Like they really did.
But in the first half, how good they look. They're young
moving.
kids. And you can see they've won the under-20s for the last at least 2 tournaments.
Well, Kenny made a really good point. So when you were looking at that French team, what is on the horizon for them? Like, what is the carrot at the end of the donkey? It is a home World Cup.
Yeah.
A home World Cup where they're going in as first, second, third favourites. So regardless of what team they put out there, the desperation which they played with in that first half, the way that they were moving, the fizz, that they were playing
The
with.
structure of their attack and Scotland's looked great.
Yes.
And I'm comparing it to what I saw down in Cardiff, which wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
And the French, they've got masses of talent, and so have Scotland. But you can just see the production line in France, home World Cup. Some of those players, and second half they were fucked. Sean Edwards obviously been, no, let's do some defence, not fitness. And actually, the fitness coach Thibaut, who was my old fitness coach at Saracens, who played in the NFL for a bit. I'm going to message him and go, "Your boys don't look fit enough." Tell Winnie Antonio that.
But there's something in that with some teams aiming to peak at different times of the World Cup, aren't they? Because someone like Scotland, you have to go in full noise right from game one.
Correct.
Yeah.
France, they do have New Zealand in their pool, but they're getting out of their pool. They're looking to peak later on.
No.
No, they'll want to be. Yeah, no, they'll want to go.
I know what you mean.
So I know what you mean, but they will go full noise this weekend against Scotland. Oosh.
In Saint Etienne.
That's
what we were
sending the
based in
Shags.
2007. Are we sending the Shags?
Yeah.
I imagine so.
Oh, jeez.
Poor lads. Here's your one shot. One shot to get into the squad. Show us what you got.
It's funny, isn't it? Like
fuck's sake.
Wales went quite heavy. England sent the Shags, and you'll see the flip this week. I reckon England will go full noise, and Wales will send the Shags. Scotland went. That's their first choice team. France sent the Shags to Edinburgh, and they did really well until they blew a gasket in the second half. And now Scotland Shags are going to go and take 50.
We're good now.
Yeah, we are.
But I think we could name
You
our
are.
starting 15 apart from 7. It was a straight shootout from Rory Darge, Hamish Watson for me.
In the
Big
starting
shout
team.
in the starting team. Yeah, I think Rory Darge is that close. He was involved in that turnover at the end of the game as well, him and Cameron Redpath.
Yeah.
But
Pod.
Rugby pod.